everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game will be all about the turnovers. The Seahawks are top 10 in turnover differential, and they'll be up against a Panthers team looking to avoid a costly mistake. So for the call of this Week 13 matchup, let's bring in our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Straight ahead, it's a rematch from last year's NFC Divisional Round matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. They come out here in the eye. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Fresh set of downs here. Wilson going to give to Rawls. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Tackle made there by Mike Adams, a strong safety. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
We got 3, fellas.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola. And then, of course, to Stanford. And, boy, he's been good. 3 yards to go on second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On second down, Wilson forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Vernon Butler, the rookie out of Louisiana Tech, in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Play action. It's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. This is a catch by Ted Ginn. And they're to get this one all the way out across the 45. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Wake up, come on, wake up, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs. It's a tone for the offense.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
On 2nd down, here, and he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Cliff Averill in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. 2nd down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there, and it brings up 4th down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On the return, Hester. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Thomas Rawls there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Mike Adams can cover receivers whether he's playing in the slot or outside the numbers at cornerback.
And the wideout in motion. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete. So on 4th down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. Back deep for the Panthers, Ted Ginn. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Pass interference call. Charles, you were a defender. You know how hard it is to defend the pass without committing this penalty.
And if they would let them play with a little bit more contact to give the defender a better chance, we wouldn't have nearly as many flags.
On 1st and 10, Newton. It's brought in right side by Ginn. 15 yards through the air on a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come up in an offset eye. Newton now to throw. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. And Dixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it. I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he's able to bat it away.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. They go play action now. Wilson. Complete outright to Kurz. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. Here's John Ryan now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Ginn. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Carolina getting set to take the field, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now it's Newton. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Now Newton. His throw caught right around the 6. Give him 30 yards there. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see...
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they have time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now Wilson, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Hey, big time right here.
And the back goes into motion. Now Wilson down around his goal line. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. And good to see Jimmy back out there moving okay after the ruptured patella in Week 12 last year. You've dealt with that injury, haven't you?
I have, and let me tell you, you know that expression, I feel your pain? I felt Jimmy's when it happened. Now, mine didn't happen quite the same way his did. His happened in the line of duty. He was playing in a game. For me, I was just coaching. And went up to try and catch a pass. Oof. I think for me, it was just mainly age. For him, he was actually playing.
But good to see him back out there healthy. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The grab made by Kearse over the middle. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
4 down.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He hits Baldwin right side. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Again on second and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And now another one thrown incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football. But a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Here's John Ryan now as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Ginn. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Second and 10. Newton again. And this one brought in by a man who missed all of last year, Kelvin Benjamin. A good pickup there at 22. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake here on first down. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Throwing again is Newton. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Shift together here from the D-line. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. He'll rifle this one deep right side. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And it's 3rd and 5.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case,
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Taken right around the 44. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. Carolina getting set to take the field. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be caught. Panthers touchdown. It's Benjamin with a grab. Kelvin Benjamin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Now it's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now Wilson, he's going to float this one deep right side and unable to connect on the long path. Hey, you. Yeah, you. John, why'd you skip Larry's halftime? I'm just kidding. I don't know who you are. But if you're John, then you're pretty freaked out for a second. All right, let's get to the third quarter. As they run the counter play. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Throwing is Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Cliff Averill in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by the rookie James Bradbury. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. They come up in an offset eye. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Newton. This will be caught at about the 5. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss. I'm not sure we can spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Gano's kick is right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They go play action now. Wilson. He's got Kurz. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Dancing to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 3-time All-Pro, Luke Kuechly. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Play action. It's Wilson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Julius Peppers in there for a milestone sack as it moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Here's John Ryan now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Take it in at the 22. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
20. Do something.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play.
You got to feel a little bit for the defense there. They've done a terrific job all day long holding this guy in check. But that might have been the run to break things out for him, maybe turn things around. Now he's going to have some confidence, and maybe he'll get to his normal yardage.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun on third down, Newton. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a play fake here on first down. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 40 yards. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now Wilson on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Captain Mutterland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because there's
blitz coming, and down he goes. Brock Coyle coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
We've got a 3rd and 11. Throwing on third down, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. The intended target that time was Jonathan Stewart. And 4th down coming up. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Carolina. They'll try and keep this away from Hester as this is going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. He's got time. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Now 3rd down, less than a yard. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. And now they're in the hurry-up. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mike Adams. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Cliff Averill in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. From the 50, Newton. And the tight end Dixon left side. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Let's see, the defense might bring some added pressure as the offense is dealing with a 3rd and long. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Third and long, it's Newton. Surveying the field. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll push the lead up to 17. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards.
And depending on the type of screen called, especially when you're throwing it with one of your wideouts, it's different blocking. Sometimes you get great blocking from the other wide receivers helping you. And how about sometimes getting it from the offensive linemen who sell it like a regular screen pass and then get out in front of the receiver and help him get downfield.
4 down, 4 down. Move the team, move the team. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Easy. Safety creep.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jermaine Kearse, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Wilson going to throw for it. That's caught. And he'll get in for the 2 points as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a...
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So Carolina eating some clock on the ground there, and part of why they were the NFC champs last year, number 2 as a team in the running game.
They played their identity last year. Offensive line that could move people in the run game. Jonathan Stewart running it. Of course, Big Cam Newton could be a short yardage guy.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point down the numbers. There he goes. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And the lead is down to 2. So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. The Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. A field goal will do it for them. They got the onside kick that they needed here. We'll see if they can do the rest.
Some teams are just not comfortable waiting to see what happens. Some teams like to force the action. That's exactly what we saw with this onside kick.
To throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a game. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have...
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. They go again with Rawls. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Hopping over the top. And that is incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Lutz's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And Charles, he hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
Exactly. And this was by far the most nerve-wracking. They just stepped up and calmly banged it through.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. And this is caught. A big play that time, Newton to Benjamin. 50.